Hi guys, we're on Ice. I'm Ray.
I'm Michael.
I'm Gerard.
And I'm Julian.
Dude, that was a gamble, that last episode.
That gamble
Paid off.
It paid off. But it paid off only because of Starbuck.
100%.
Because even Adama knew, like, we don't have her crazy. We need her crazy for this.
Which makes sense, because if you're telling me from the beginning of the first episode of Battlestar Galactica that when she ended up hacking into the wall frame of the security feature, you're telling me that the instructions of what they do on their procedures is not there?
Yeah.
Come on, like, they know that book from the back of their hand at this point.
But now I think the Cylons are gonna, like, adapt to that. Now they know that they can strike back, and that we can't be this lax.
Yeah, they need to think.
They're gonna be on high alert for sure.
Yeah.
They're gonna be on
Outside
high alert.
strategy.
There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a high alert. There's gonna be a lot of things happening. But
I mean, and they were pretty fortified. I'm not gonna say they weren't fortified. They were pretty much fortified there.
They were meaty. They were meaty. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
the gamble paid off.
Apollo taking a risk too.
Everybody.
Yeah, in the
he
tunnel.
doesn't do that.
Imagine flying that into a tunnel, bro.
I do, bro. I drive through underneath the bridge, bro. On my motorcycle.
So yeah, I'm just so you.
Same way, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I would be singing if I was like Starbucks. Well, you can tell everybody.
Come on, let's
I'm the
do this.
woman.
All right, you guys ready? All right, guys. This is episode. Actually, this is Battlestar Galactica, episode 11, season 1, Colonial Day. Let's do this.
I think every time we have a stutter, we just gotta hit them with one of these, right? Like that was alien land, what you got going on.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah. You know.
You're making fun of my disability.
Good. We're all disabled.
Yeah, we're all disabled, bro. It doesn't. We're on a level playing field. All right. Oh man.
This is called Colonial Day.
Oh, did they find something that they can rest on now?
I still think about, like, how are they eating? Like, where are they getting food from?
There's that one ship that
food
grows.
Yeah, but it's not like
before.
it's not like meat or anything like that. It's all plant-based.
Hey, bro, they became vegetarians, bro.
I mean, I guess you got no choice, right? I mean, you need to survive.
That's Tom.
I mean, if you make some food cubes out of some
Cockroaches?
Some Soylent Green.
There's no
cockroaches is a good idea. That was not where I was going with that. If you read the Snowpiercer book, you would love it.
taking.
I demand the immediate resignation.
I got that from one of our shows. We've reacted.
Demand free and open election to choose a new leadership.
I forgot about him.
The rest of these hostages go.
This is the first time we watched this. It's alright. We've already seen all these.
A luxury liner.
Cloud 9?
If I'm gonna stay somewhere, this would be the place to stay at.
Luxury 9.
The luxury liner. Look at it.
Luxurious cruise ship in the fleet, it's the Colonial Gangs. I'm James McManus, Fly Palacios, veteran.
That shit probably uses so much resources.
You don't even know what university you're in.
Cloud 9 was damaged during the Cylon attack. Be evacuated. It's the first meeting of the interim quorum coincide with Colonial Day.
That's a sidearm.
Every delegate chosen so far has been a Roslyn crony. Half the quorum hasn't even been selected yet. Handpicked by the power.
It's hiding it. I don't know which one it is.
Gray orchestrated this is whole publicity stunt.
Come on.
Those are some big bullets.
Help Roslyn regulate the internal economy.
4 times kickback deals to members of this quorum.
Why are you listening?
Wally, how's it feel to be a celebrity?
I love it.
Excuse me, Madam President, you're gonna want to hear this.
Guested Tom Zarek.
Oh my God.
Terrorist. Who are they kidding? He blew up a government building and is hit on the quorum of 12.
Is the Quorum of 12 the cabinet?
Like the Great Council. Think about that.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Hello, Commander.
Are you listening to this?
Indeed. I don't want to turn him into a martyr.
Tom Zarek represents danger to the entire fleet.
Start acting like my own personal goon squad. Let this play out.
No, you need to control the press.
Hold on to your shorts, folks.
No, what are we, fascists here? We can't do that.
We need a strong central government. Anybody that talks out, space them.
I will be a voice for those who have gone too long unheard. Turns a blind eye to the needs of the weak.
Oh, he's squeezing every single thing out of this.
People of the fleet, look up. The wind,
Hey, it's the Glock.
new era is about to dawn.
We can't. She's right. You have to let it play out. Because if not, people won't be thinking that what you're running here is a tyranny. And what he's saying is going to end up being true.
That's
Yeah.
what we need.
Yeah.
You know?
We need a tyranny.
Of course, Michael would say
We need
that.
a tyranny.
I don't think anyone ever said that ever.
Yeah.
That we need tyranny.
Yeah. We need kings and queens.
Maybe well, the restaurant. Yeah, I'm down for that.
That would be great.
That would be great, actually. Glad you mentioned it.
We don't need any.
I would like to try that.
anyone else.
They're big. Wait, don't look at that, guys.
We only
yeah.
need the hyper elite to control the system. We will be in charge of the press. Only news
There's like 36,000 people. Like, what are we?
If we're playing a
here?
board game, yeah, okay, fine. You do what you want to do with your own government, but I'm just not going to walk in on you.
My government would love me. Even though I would be a tyrant.
My face will be on soap bars. That's how popular I'll be.
With a whole
More on toilet paper.
You can challenge me by battle.
Yep, yep.
Our shuttle leaves for Cloud 9 and don't be late. No way, just the two of you.
Are getting jealous, bro?
I'm gonna be handling your security.
Please don't touch that. Thank you. Security for what?
You haven't heard. It's all over Talk Wireless.
When would I have the chance to listen to the talk wireless?
You've been selected as Caprica's delegate to the Quorum of 12.
Is this some kind of joke?
Congratulations, Doctor.
Thank you.
At least she's not using the cane
Politics
so
is
much.
the only thing more boring than blood samples.
This is getting stronger. I'm having trouble with the quorum of 12. Is that for
I think it's just
young women.
like he was saying, the
the
Great
inner
Council.
circle, or you're like a senate for them?
Yeah,
But when the people call you must serve.
which makes sense because doesn't it play into the prophecy?
I can't
12
remember the
serpents?
last
So I'm
time
assuming each one of them is going to be.
Well, like you mentioned earlier, 12 is a specific number in the show.
Almost like the real thing.
I know that limp.
They could have done a better job at Horizon, though.
Security's gonna be a bitch. How many people are we dealing with again?
500 plus.
Great.
I would like to be there where they're at and
About
see
that?
how real is it.
Oh.
Like how good is the replication?
Don't you pay any attention to politics?
No.
A lot of unrest out there.
No. Kara.
Yep, they're gonna end up in bed.
Doesn't take much, does it?
How I wish I could be with a woman.
I know that giggle.
I wouldn't.
Thank you, sir.
If that's the gun and they went there with no problem,
I'm outside the Cloud 9 ballroom. Will President Rosalind actually shake the hand of the man many still regard
I'm not gonna lie. Those little suit, like,
attention all people
I feel like they look so nice.
the briefcases?
Yeah, they look really nice.
My wife, Ellen.
Welcome aboard.
Kill me now.
She's gonna fuck all of them.
I mean, if he pulls a gun, wouldn't that immediately?
Oh,
Oh,
Cylon.
Starbuck Apollo. Zarek.
Is he Sailor?
Copy.
I mean, have you seen how far wide his eyes are?
Yep.
That's just poor design. An engineer's dream is a mechanic's nightmare.
He's a freedom fighter, all right?
Excuse me. May I see your security pass, sir? Your rights don't extend to roughing people up.
That guy looks really familiar as an actor.
Well, everything's in order. Enjoy your stay on Cloud 9.
Oh, I will.
He almost like the guy who plays Kublai Khan in Marco Polo.
Never seen it.
Oh, they even shaking his hand.
I see.
My wife.
Oh, I know.
Does she have a name?
Ellen.
Call me Tom.
You're holding up the line.
Thank you for making me feel welcome, Ellen.
Hope to see you again.
You
She probably will.
little.
Why did you do that?
To get our picture on the front page of every.
Picture taken with a terrorist.
Look at these cameras.
She's such a bad person for him.
Blind men can see that.
Madam President,
Mr. Zarek.
That's the only picture that they want to see.
offer you my hand in friendship. Would you take it?
There's only one way to find out.
Nicely played.
Thank you.
Politics.
I know today's agenda is rather large. In some cases,
You're missing an intriguing opportunity. I is not wearing any underwear.
He's so.
Been eyeing you all afternoon. You can have any woman you want, but always remember, I have your heart.
Yes, of course you do.
That dick in mine.
My
Always
type of
rip it out
woman.
of your chest.
Oof, Jesus Christ.
I have a objection. Items on your agenda are important, I agree. Critical issue of all is nowhere to be found. The election of a vice president. The civilian branch of our government would be paralyzed. First item on the quorum's agenda, the nominations for vice president.
That's a good point.
That's not a bad, yeah.
Yeah, but we saw.
Second.
Second.
Oof.
Caprica seconds for various reasons. All agree that it'd be a good idea to have a successor.
It's now open for nomination.
Only one man who is willing to work for betterment.
Gerard.
I asked for his help.
Aye.
He said it.
So say we all.
I nominate Tom Zarek.
Is there a second?
Jiminon seconds the nomination.
Oh, he's been talking.
Well, I don't think it's just been talking.
For 72 hours.
They've been on the run for so long.
The session is now adjourned.
They've been on the run for so long that I think the people just want something different.
I think this is good. I think this is good.
No, I agree. I think it has to happen. It's just
vice president.
a terrorist. That's the problem.
Could have handpicked a candidate. You know, it didn't shock.
Everyone's a terrorist up until there's an upheaval, and then we have a revolution, and then a new government.
Gemini ships use more water.
I agree with Michael.
I think Tom Zarek would be a good one.
Well, Zarek may have made some new friends in the last few weeks, but there are still
But I
plenty
still
of...
nominate Gerard for vice presidency.
Just to balance it out.
Yeah.
I am concerned about the security aboard Cloud 9.
We need a candidate who will quickly win the delegate.
Established name?
Baltar.
Apollo.
Apollo can't be because Apollo's too military.
I'm not a politician.
Do you know how to get things done?
No, thanks, but
I cannot allow Tom Zarek 1 heartbeat away from the president.
Her life would be threatened.
you got me, Madam President.
You're looking out for their interests as opposed to the.
Hey, but I've always thought a vice president is really more of an honor role. Like, you really don't have any power.
Isn't the vice president like our chief diplomat?
What do you mean?
In the United States, don't they like
Blowing
aren't
up
they
a
the
building or
chief
so.
diplomat or other
what's so
foreign
serious.
relations?
No, that's the Secretary of State.
I don't know what the vice president of the United States does. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
Money
Really,
is
it's
worth-
nothing really. Nothing of consequence.
The way things used to be. Look where we are.
No, but they are the tiebreaker in case there's a tie. But that's it, though.
I got you.
And goes to work in this guard.
I'm asking that question because
correct. Just letting you guys know.
What
okay?
job?
like we
Labor,
hear
but he gets
when
no
you elect
benefit.
the president, it comes automatically with a vice
He's
president.
not the only one.
Yeah.
You're
Many
talking about
of
like
us
electing a vice
still
president. Like,
going
what
through
can
the
they
motions.
do? Why would you elect a vice president?
Businessmen still act like business, but have no business. We want to survive. We need to think. Community of citizens, not the individual.
You're not interested in the citizens, you just want power.
Yeah, that's communism.
Mrs. Zarek speak too, don't you, buddy? See, he wants to hear Mrs. Zarek. Mr. Zarek is a representative of the people, and we are the people. You know, I don't like your tone, Fly. Move along out of here and go enjoy the imitation weather.
If you're gonna take off a drink out of my hand, it's crazy, bro.
It's not a good suit, Apollo.
I don't want no trouble.
But that's a problem. Oof. All right, pretty dirty.
This is gonna be really bad. The press.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good for the current government.
Yeah.
Well, he did attack first, though.
That's a big.
Still, the press can paint it a certain way, which is why.
He was denying. All you gotta do is just put the TV back on or the radio back on.
Yeah. Apollo really played this wrong.
Yeah, but I think he escalated it.
This is why the presidency should hold press. In this scenario.
Oh. Oh, that looked like a Glock. But it is not.
It's a gun!
Getting chased down by a cripple is crazy.
A cripple. Oh. Damn.
Good for her, bro. Good for her.
My question is, who was he attempting to assassinate, though?
Belmont building's still standing. That's still feel right.
It can go two ways. He could be assassinating the
Now
president.
we have
Where would you go through all that to
Randall
make it do
Dark.
with the president's at? Or he was there to take out
Tom Zarek?
Yeah, because maybe he's a victim of his past terrorism.
Space for it.
You know what
Possibly.
I mean? So it can go either way.
Galactica and flatter without getting shots of hell.
Is that all? Well, I guess we can relax until dark.
The wild card in it, though, is how the press will spin it. Because if Zarek dies, then it's
No, not right now.
commanded an assassination on Tom Zarek.
But the bigger issue here is
Stomach's
like, how
feeling
to get
better.
in.
Starving.
The security, in on it.
I've been trying to make sense out of
You know what I mean?
people
Like,
living
and
on
then
Cylon.
that will lead to a bigger question, like who's doing this? Like, is it,
Too many factions.
They just happen to be twins? It's too weird.
You got a better explanation?
You think the Cylons could be messing with human DNA?
ooh, look how smart he is.
Cloning people or something?
How are they sick? They'd just be standing in the rain.
That would explain how they took us by surprise.
Yeah, and she's also a robot. So.
Laying the groundwork for the surprise attack.
They were human clones. They're capable of complex emotions.
No human could do the things they've done.
Oh, she's getting hurt.
They gotta be fracking Cylons, just like the rest of them.
Look at him breaking the code all by himself.
He was so close to having an ally.
Every public appearance by President Roslin.
I loved that scene. That scene earlier, that was a great scene. Definitely displays that all the thought process we had.
Anechoic coating to absorb X-rays, ceramic stealth gun.
Ceramic?
Yeah, you can make them.
I carry a lot of money. I need protection.
It's a single shot thing, though.
The money's worthless.
And Zarek pointed that out.
I don't even know Zarek.
He gave you up.
You're bluffing. You haven't got anything.
But we don't need anything, Val, because this isn't a trial. This is just you and us in this room.
This is your courtroom.
And that would make us your execution.
It's so relevant.
this-
So relevant today in the general right now.
This
Or
is
else
such
you're
a
going down the
bad
airlock.
way to go about this.
Look, I came over here for the booze and the food.
Send the entire Sagittarian delegation back to their ship.
Can't do that.
What are you guys doing to this guy?
He's more than capable of ordering your assassination.
Zarek's not going to win. We're going to keep Zarek under surveillance. Shut him down.
Kill him.
Domestic policies that we've been talking about over the last little while.
Don't kill him. Because then that brings legitimacy to Zarek. He killed an innocent civilian.
But if you can prove he wasn't innocent,
Slipping he was more an hour
Still
ago.
shows he didn't have a due process. Still brings legitimacy to Zarek.
Correct.
This is what's so great about this storyline right now.
Page 33 of my mission statement, I lay out a
And if Zarek's actually...
They're making Zarek's his talking points. They're making it true.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. How are you doing? We got balance, and you're next.
It's one thing.
And Apollo just made a mistake there. Letting your enemy know that you're onto him.
Can I get you something?
here we go.
So you work here now. Worried about Wallace Gray?
Whatever the people want.
Everyone has an agenda.
And what would that be?
Same as yours, Tom.
Clearly a well-connected, well-informed woman.
Wife of the XO.
Oh, why did she say that?
I'm looking for a friend of mine. His name is Valance.
The dramatic irony of that.
How the hell did this happen?
We gotta get to the press.
Oh, he's dead?
Oh, he
Oh.
committed suicide.
How would he do that? Was what?
Easy, the corner of a table. Just go down the river.
Jesus. I'm going to mute that.
Laura Roslин's political career is very much alive.
He missed the limelight. His wrists were slashed with broken glass from the room.
Oh, I was wrong.
It wasn't suicide. Zarek had him killed.
If only we could prove.
History is full of examples of leaders.
How many people knew where Valance was being held?
The people in this room plus 2 Marines.
Well, someone talked. No, we have no assassin, no check on Zarek. He will definitely try and take a shot at you now.
We must survive, and we will survive. With a firm and deep resolve, make tomorrow better. Not just
Don't tell me they're gonna put him as presidency, bro.
but for our children.
No, the president chose the other guy.
Don't worry, the vote may be turning
He could still be
against him.
nominated, though.
Yeah, 72 hours. He could be nominated by the people.
Tom Zarek going back to his prison ship.
I need a shuttle to Cloud 9.
That could be what number 6 is going for Baltar to be vice president.
What am I supposed to say?
Because then he has unfeathered access to all the documents, information, and everything
Health
for the
reasons.
Cylons.
Yeah, but you still got, if you're going to be president, you still got to deal with Adama.
Those
And
years.
Adama can sniff you out.
I watched you
But has he sniffed out Baltar yet?
working with
Almost.
Adar. You were always
He
so
almost did.
quiet, so polite.
But he trusts him to a certain extent. That's why he's allowing him to do the Cylon testing.
Or Boomer.
I guess I was wrong.
She asked him to resign and nominate this guy.
Nominate who?
Doctor.
This guy, the doctor. Well, you guys were talking. That's what she asked him to do.
Because he doesn't know what to say.
And he's pissed off about it.
Dr. Baltar, are you in here?
Do it.
Can't they go to the bathroom in peace?
Madam President?
That's against the law, going into the men's bathroom.
Not anymore.
You on the wireless. You were very articulate.
Thank you. Just trying to do my bit, you know. I'm beginning to get a real feel for politics.
Like his tie.
Not voting for Mr. Zarek.
No, I'm voting for your man, Gray.
Dropped out of the race.
Who do you want me to vote for?
I was thinking you. I would be fortunate to have your intellect and your popularity right by my side.
You know, the funny thing is that the irony of this is that he's the reason why they own this problem from the first place.
Mm-hmm. What would
Thank
the
you,
history
Madam
books say?
President.
Thank you.
For real. The scrolls.
Made on sheepskin.
Press.
My man.
What are you going to do now? Now?
This guy's...
Now I'm going to give you an exclusive. After you.
My man.
Oh, man.
Went back for seconds with no cooldown.
He's so weak when it comes to women, bro. Right away.
I can't speak on anything on that.
Zarek's too smart to take another shot at the president during the summit.
Oh, this is where it's gonna happen.
When everyone's forgotten about balance. Bide his time to find a better opportunity. Anyway, she says she's not gonna lose the vote.
She says a lot of things.
Don't you think you should watch that?
I have a problem with my hygiene.
Let me know when it's one of those times.
Why do you care?
That's why it didn't happen. Not clean enough. There was a scent.
The surprises just keep on coming. Shifted their support to the scientific genius.
Anyone's guess as to who's going to win.
Having a reporter on his side would help.
Aquaria, Thomas Zarek. Erlon, Tom Zarek.
The next vote will determine our new vice president.
Why does the president get to read the
Because
name?
she's doing it in power.
It was Ty.
Vice President Dr. Gaius Baltar.
I think you might be right, baby. Baby. Call you baby.
The perks of
You might be
power,
right,
Mr.
Julien.
Vice President.
Anytime, baby.
Might be part of the plan.
I never aspired to power. What Laura told me.
Laura.
Uh-oh.
Now look, I think the people need me.
All right, JFK, hold on.
JFK. With Marilyn Monroe.
Right?
There she goes at the bar.
Ooh.
I guess she's cleaned up pretty nicely.
She cut her hair.
That bum knee of yours is looking pretty good.
If you want to ask me to dance, just ask.
You wanna dance?
Being a dress is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
If dance is euphemism, that's what I want you to do.
Madam President.
I won't be kissing you today.
That's a shame. Till a presidential election in 6 months. I'll see you then. One thing you should know, I didn't kill Valance.
How do you know that he died?
Wonder who did.
It's a good way to plant the seeds of doubt, though.
That could have easily been a Cylon that killed him. If they can come in and disappear when they want to, we've seen that happen already.
That's why he told her. It was to make sure that she had that seed of doubt. Because now she either thinks she's being spied on,
Well, I got that seed of doubt now.
Cylons, or numerous other things.
Madam President.
Thought you hated these things.
Where else would I be? I'm a patriot.
You really are, aren't you?
If they don't become a couple, I will
Interesting choice.
march on Washington. I swear to God.
The devil you know.
Politics.
That is true. It's better to deal with the devil you know than the devil you don't know yet.
So in war, you only get killed once. In politics, it can happen over and over.
You're still standing,
So are you.
and I can dance.
But my shoes are too tight.
Dance a little waltz.
Everybody dancing around and taking their sweet time.
Bro, that person in the trumpet is going hard.
He's going ham, right?
Should I be worried?
Not unless you consider a day
How did you swing that?
of my ways.
She killed him.
What you need to do, figure out a way to get.
That would be wild.
You might want to talk to a few people about the future. What? You can all wait until later.
Man, she's such a wild card.
But the actress is killing it.
Oh, 100%.
She is killing this role. So good.
I think you're right. I think she killed
I think she killed him.
Valance.
If we get caught, anything happen.
You don't have to say anything. I know. We're gonna make it, Sharon.
As soon as she gets up, watch.
Tastes like nickels.
Tastes like mercury.
It's like kissing a bunch of pennies.
Go.
He has now been had with Mad Hatter disease.
Got lead poisoning.
Blowing his mind right at this point.
That would cause me to defect to the Cylons, I won't lie. 2 number 6s? Heck yeah.
You can have all of them.
Yep. 2 number 6s with a Sharon? Perfect.
You're a sick man, Julien.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I would give up the defense systems immediately.
Julien said, who needs free will?
Exactly, right?
Oh.
Dictatorship all the way.
Did you see that? Look what he just saw.
We're still alive. Why nobody else?
He's not stupid.
Hilo, come with me. Hilo.
There you go.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's good.
He woke up, boys.
Good, boys.
Yeah.
That's good. I like
Woke
that.
up.
This
I
is
like
my
that.
favorite episode of this
I
year.
like that a
Oh
lot.
my God!
I like that.
The writing, the dramatic irony, the Shakespearean drama.
The writing in this show is top notch.
I like that a lot.
Top notch.
That was fun.
That's crazy,
That
bro.
was really fun. Yeah.
Gonna hit on that topic though, because you're right. The writing is amazing. The whole politics stuff, excellent.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Good. If this whole show was based on politics,
I'll
be
it.
there.
I would watch it.
No problem
I
at all,
would watch
because
it.
they got it down to a T so
Yes.
far. What I'm looking at here, right? So the politics is great, but that little cliffhanger right there,
That was good.
that's a cliffhanger.
That was
That's
good.
a cliffhanger for you right there,
That
bro.
was good.
That was good, bro.
I almost want to say, screw the after discussion. Let's go right into the next episode.
Oh, it was
but I know
so
this
good.
after discussion is going to be fire.
Dude, that was
because I
so
know we
good.
all have different views.
Who killed him?
I don't remember.
I think
Ellen.
I think Ellen killed him.
I'm with you. I'm with
I think
you.
Ellen killed him.
I'm with you
For
100%.
what? For what? You think you
For power. For power.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because
She's a
for power.
Cylon. She wants that chaos, bro.
She
For
asked.
power.
No, she's not. She's already. No, she is a Cylon.
She is a Cylon.
She
Well,
is a Cylon.
Giving point to you.
How is she a Cylon?
It
How's
was
she a Cylon?
hinted that she was a Cylon.
the
We don't know for sure.
Yeah, there's no for sure.
Well, the doctor did the test, but he lied about it.
No, but remember, no, he did it. He did that for Boomer. He didn't do it for her. The thing
Oh,
is,
he said we'll never know.
the thing this show does.
Yep.
That's right.
That's why I'm saying you have a point here that she might be human, but if she's human, then that means her morals as a person is so skewed.
Oh, that we know that already. That
Well,
we know. That we
that's
know
true.
because we had that backstory about her.
That's why it makes it a wild card.
Just
But-
money and power.
But I'm thinking, is that how she got the tickets to the liner?
Yes, bro.
To take Ty there.
Yeah, well, she's
Which-
the XO.
Yeah, but that's cheap.
No, that's just one of the perks.
I'm just saying that she's gonna go commit murder just for tickets.
No.
That can't be.
No. That's one of the perks that you get. She mentioned that you have to talk to a few people
about your future.
Mm-hmm.
Already, we know she's power hungry. We know that her morals are skewed. She wants everything that's good for Ty, but also her mainly. And the only way for her to get that power is through Ty. So that's why she's been doing this.
And you're right, because she did say, she's like, I'm out, me, myself, and I, right off the bat.
And that's why Tom went to her.
And I think she killed.
And then what's worth being the Exo's wife? So at this point,
you have good protection.
And was the idea of supplanting Adama was Ty.
But there's also the offset that she's not who killed Valance, in which case, who is the snake in Rosalind's whole entire garden?
Well, yeah, you have that. You also have
good poetry right there. Good ass poetry.
Who was Valance gonna go kill? You think he was gonna go kill?
Of course,
Rosalind.
Yeah, of course.
Because you know what?
But he was gonna take her out now, or wait for after the elections.
Wait for after the elections because you wanted to get Tom Zarek.
Well, now
I agree with Michael there,
and especially now that he completely lost the election for vice president. Now he's gonna come back with another plan for presidency.
Either way,
another assassination.
If he took out Rosalind,
he won't need assassination at this point.
I don't think it mattered too much when he took out Rosalind, because if he did it before the elections, then he can still cause that power vacuum that Tom Zarek can come in. Because already you know that Gemini has a great valuation of Tom Zarek, and I forgot the other constellation.
It was one called with an A.
Six of them.
Six of them, which was a tie between him and Baltar.
It's 6-12. That's half.
Yeah.
And if we would have got the kill there would have been 5 to Valtar, 6 towards him.
Yeah.
So he would have won probably presidency.
Yeah. So either way, it's not too consequential when Rosalind died.
No, I think it is though. I think it is because at that point, since there wasn't anybody who was elected to vice president, I think at that point it does go to military hands. And if it does, then this guy will not. Adama would not let Tom Zarek take out. So I think it does matter.
But then you don't have control over the populace.
You don't have to. You don't have to essentially at least for the first few months, right? And at that point you can control a few things, right?
No, but I would think that people knowing his background as a terrorist and the president suddenly dying, they're gonna put that on him.
Yeah.
People are not that dumb. You know what I mean? Like if that happened just now.
Yeah, Ray.
You don't think so?
You sure?
It didn't happen. How would I be sure?
No.
It never happened.
You sure people would not be that dumb to put someone in the house?
No. It's not that. It's not put him in the house. I said they will trace that assassination to him. That's not what I said. Don't put words in my mouth.
No. I'm saying
that it'll be pinned on him.
I think people.
There's power hungry people. That's the thing.
I think
I'm just saying, if you're gonna plan things out, that's a sloppy plan.
That is a sloppy plan, correct? That is a sloppy plan, but I think he would have gone in eventually.
So I guess you are right in which it does matter when Rosalind is killed.
It does matter.
It does matter. And I
it wouldn't make sense for them to do it beforehand.
And I was a little haphazard on my half of saying it doesn't matter, because it definitely has to be after.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Tom Zarek gets elected
after he gets elected in.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have worked otherwise.
Because they need that order in order to make sure everybody's playing by the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys also had a question earlier about the fact that why are they even electing a vice president? They ended up mentioning in the show that if they would have just taken care of that within the 6 months in which she got elected as president, she would have been able to just choose. But then the fact that
vice
they didn't
president,
take care of that, now that's why they're going through this whole entire system.
I think it was sloppy of him to do it now. He should have waited from the get-go for the election. And the reason I'm saying that is because no one, at that point, if you're running for presidency, guys was not going to be running for presidency. I mean, unless she puts him up to it, not the president, but the 6 puts him up, because he's a puppet for 6.
Yeah.
Like it or not, he is completely compromised.
That brings a new whole factor to Tom Zarek's whole personality, because that just means that Tom Zarek is so confident in his abilities that it's to the point of arrogance, that he doesn't have a fallback plan if he doesn't get elected, how he gets into power. And that's something that we have to acknowledge very well.
Or what about the fact that maybe who killed him was not
Ellen,
but maybe 6?
How would that happen?
Because
6 has shown up before.
She can appear.
True,
but that's the way to put guys in more power, because remember he's under their thumb.
And in a way, something I want to touch on with 6, especially, she took the opportunity here. I don't think. Half of me is, if she is really in communion with God in some mystical way or whatever, then she didn't see the foreshadowing of that whole presidency coming up. because she was only telling Gaius to pay attention that somebody, or maybe
she knew and just giving more information to Gaius.
Yeah.
He's on a need-to-know basis like everybody else was.
I think
she knows a lot. She knows a lot more.
She's definitely an opportunist. Whenever an opportunity comes up, she makes sure that Gaius' attention. So maybe that was all pre-planned, and she knew that this, like...
She did say, she was like, go second.
Yeah, that's what I'm
she
saying.
forced that on him.
She's already taking a look.
You know what? Now that you mention it, it really might have been 6.
Yeah.
Because even 6 at the end says God provides opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was just talking to him when he was in the crowd. Like...
But then how does Zarek know that Valance died?
Maybe he
maybe that's when Ellen came in and found out. But they announced it too. We don't know.
This episode is so great.
Again,
Tom Selleck as a Cylon.
What makes this show so good?
That would be wild. Tom Selleck as a Cylon?
Because he was a terrorist. They said, I thought he died. But no. All of a sudden, he's the prisoner in this ship.
It could be a Mandela effect, though.
True.
But at the same time, you have a very valid point there.
I'm changing my vote. Tom Selleck is the Cylon.
This is what I like about this show is the fact that they build paranoia so strong in this show.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even the people on the show, like, they don't know.
And the only way for you to, if you were a citizen in this world, the only thing that you can trust is the system. But even then, the system's corruptible. We don't know who's on Rosalind's side. We only know the dramatic irony that we're seeing from the outside that Rosalind is a good person. But on the inside, if you're hearing Tom Zarek and he's making up these valid points of how is the economy still running? How are we doing these food distributions? The only way is to be a collective community, which is on us as Americans, that's very communistic, and a lot of us don't like communism from the get-go.
Yeah, but if you are on the run, there's only 50,000 people of you, right? You can't. There's no way how we run America. Not that America is perfect. You have to come up with a system that works specifically for what your situation.
Exactly, but how do you work that?
Capitalism doesn't. Okay,
it would definitely not work here.
It would not work here. It would 100% not work here. Communism and socialism would have to take over, and then eventually capitalism and free market, it would be the best things for them. But it's just too small of a community. But going back to it, that's the way to the way he's doing it of like we got to work as a community. That's the way it works in this because
to grab power.
There's 50,000 people. Exactly. And this is the only way that you can really run a society effectively in this point where everybody has to work for the other person next to them, right? Like there has to be for the community at the end of the day.
If capitalism,
I don't know what his agenda is at the end of the day.
That's the thing. What's his agenda?
Like, what is it?
If he takes control, what's his plan?
Exactly. If he takes control, like, what is he gonna do?
Doesn't get rid of the Cylons.
Well,
that problem.
He already said what his agenda is. It's restructuring our lives entirely. So the system that we already know that is established in this, with our assumptions, because honestly, we're making assumptions that it's something similar to how the United States works. He's going to completely overhaul all of that. So we don't know what is the terms of government that he wants to impose, but we do know that he wants power because that's how his character has already been set up.
Yes. I just, in terms of, does he want power for good or does he want power for bad? Right? Like
that is a good question.
But if he wants it for bad, the only way I can see it, if he wants it for bad, then
because I don't see a point.
I'm just saying, if he wants it for, going by what you guys are saying, if he's a Cylon, if he wants it for bad, what I'm trying to figure out is if they wanted to destroy this going on here, they could have been done that. With 6 being where she's at, how many times 6 has saved them? Even now, was this plan to get the fuel? They were dead in the water.
So let me bring up a counterpoint to you.
It doesn't. I have 1.2.
God doesn't play sides. This could go into the mysticism of it, where Tom Zarek wasn't supposed to win, but it was supposed to consecrate Baltar's power into the vice presidency. But then again, why did 6 want Baltar as vice president? Was it for the power? Was it for the knowledge of how the humans are going? Or was it actually something else that God's plan is? Like, is it a predetermined destiny?
It seems that way because everything that 6 seems to be playing, at least 6 in his head, seems to be going off.
Yeah.
That of all the Cylons, that's the only one that seemed to be the most effective. Because everything she wants done is fucking happening.
But if that's the case, then was the whole point of calling attention to Baltar's her calling Baltar to attention about the whole council at that moment, was that truly, hey, the vice presidency is about to come up. I need you to play this card for me because I want you in presidency, but I'm not going to tell you that because I have a higher plan, or God has a higher plan in this situation. This is such a great plot line. I can't stop going over this. This is so great. I love it because we know who the wild card is in Rosalind's whole entire cabinet, which brings that great dramatic irony that's Shakespearean, where the Exo's wife is who they can't trust. But then that gives Rosalind that kind of paranoia, like, who can't she trust in her cabinet?
Yeah.
And she's probably going to go straight to Adama because we already have established she does not trust Adama in its entirety. But there is some kind of like romantic feelings there, or maybe I'm just picking up on that and I'm wrong because I want them to get together.
Yeah, but I also think he doesn't trust her either, especially when it comes to things that have to do with military.
Well, of course she does.
And he still have to bend to her, and I know you can see it grinds on him.
Or of course he doesn't,
You know?
because obviously she's a school teacher. They just put her into power because she was the 100 and something.
Legally, that's what it was.
Yeah, and so in a way, that's where Apollo has his kind of whole entire moral conundrum of having to have this election happen 6 months out. So that's what gives legitimacy to Tom Zarek bringing up that, hey, we need a vice president. And we already know the dramatic irony that Rosalind is dying. So if she could kick the bucket in the next day.
And we got to the prophecy. Pretty much nailed there. Pretty much nailed there.
She's already hallucinating too. We don't know. The prophecy says to a certain point. We don't know how that prophecy exactly goes into play with the whole surrounding story. Because she's dying from a wasting disease, which in our eyes is cancer.
Yeah.
And that could all be a red herring for all we know. We don't have enough answers to the questions that we have, but it set up a great political ground where we can make up our own answers and all of us will be different. That's what's so great about this writing. It gave us answers, but it gave it vague enough that we can all have our different interpretations of it.
I want to add something real quick to the question earlier as well, where you were mentioning about if 6 is really in control, already interplying into different things, how come the Cylons are not already, destroying them?
Because it's not the plan, right? So it's not that we don't know what the plan is.
So, correct. But even so, just like how Boomer and everything like that, she's feeling her own personalities about love and everything like that. 6 is dying for that as well.
I'm so glad you brought this up.
That is literally the concept of her trying to control the Dr. Balthazar. Yes, at the end of the day, she's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. She's trying to have someone worship her, literally worship her.
No, I disagree.
So.
But no,
I disagree too.
Not worship her.
But to be as religious as she is, to convince her to get a part of that plot.
In a way, because for example, she got jealous of Boomer having Halo literally just like fall all in love with her to the point where like you saw that expression from her when this guy brought it up, right?
Yeah, but that might change right now.
Sidebarring off of that, if it's anything like the established religions that we have in our world, this is a huge assumption here, then she's already sinning. So that means her morals are kind of skewed because she's envious, and that we know as a sin. But at the same time, that's again off of my own assumption of already pre-established religion, which could be completely different to this sci-fi. That's what's so great about it, because we have our own pre-assumptions,
very well written,
that they can actually skew in a certain way. Going off of what you were saying, I think number 6 had Sharon come out to have those Sharons duplicate
on purpose.
On purpose, so that way she can observe more of Hilo and Boomer to get a better understanding of what love is, because we already know she's super envious of love.
But wouldn't that destroy the whole illusion? You already seen that's your third 6 you saw. Now you're seeing your second Boomer.
Yeah, but this is the only tangible thing that this version of number 6 has.
But I'm saying if 6 is doing that, then she's messing up the plan.
But she already knows that humans are flawed, so she can easily destroy that concept. And then going back to what they already said earlier in the episode, could you forgive a Cylon for having humanistic traits? And then that goes into play of like, is this number 6 kind of moving chess pieces in order to understand what love is and that concept of truth?
Remember when 6 and that guy were walking along and they were literally talking about Boomer?
Yeah.
So 6 literally brought up that Boomer is a lesser Cylon than they are because of the fact that she has the capability of love, which of course she's envious of. But at that same point, if she's envious of where humans are, what's the opposite? Superior to Cylons, then she could also feel like she's superior to the other Cylon models too. So then she would have her own agenda compared to the other one.
And it makes sense that she might be inferior because that's why Boomer on Battlestar Galactica, she could fight whatever she's feeling, because maybe they did that with some models and whatnot.
And is that God's doing, that they programmed her that way to have those lapses of weakness, quote unquote, even though, I don't know, it's to your interpretation. But if that is the case, then why did God or the Cylons make, is it 1 through 3 or 1 through 4 now?
12.
I don't remember how many.
12.
There are 12 models.
You want to hear a crazy one right now?
Yeah.
Please, go ahead.
Crazy one right now. The Cylons did this on purpose to create a system that the humans have already done, but in a more efficient way. So they have caste systems, whether you have people who are like your soldiers, you have people who maybe control those soldiers, you have people who are supposed to be the higher intellects, and you have people who control, right? Kind of like the human society that we have today.
Explain that a little further, because I didn't fully understand where you're going with it.
Not trying to go anywhere with it, but I think this is all I'm trying to say. Is
You mean the different levels of Cylons?
Yeah, I think this is all part of the design of it being they're derived from humans, right? Because like there's a lot of characteristics. If this is the case, there's a lot of characteristics to our current society, right? It's almost like India's caste system. Like,
okay,
think about it that
I
way.
understand it better now.
Like maybe this is supposed to be like this. Maybe we are supposed to have those who
these flaws.
They are supposed to have these flaws.
Oh, kind of like an anthill. You have your worker ants. You got your gatherer.
But also you're supposed to have these flaws, right? Because that's how we figure out what solutions we need to solve, right? So you're gonna have some Cylons who maybe are supposed to be more emotional, so the other Cylons can figure out where they're flawed at and where their emotion, their expression or whatever, their exposure to love and all these things. So maybe it's all part of the design.
Counterpoint, if that's the case, then God, this is again going off of what number 6 said about God, because that's the only like kind of pre-established area of God that we understand in this scenario. That would be Cylons having control over the humans, and that would elevate them to a higher level in this game when God doesn't play sides.
Or it's the same thing as we do, as we have, because there's parts of, I guess, our humans, right, if you want to say them like that, that believe that everyone should be treated fairly. Everybody should be treated equally.
That's
right?
a good counterpoint.
And again, it's just a copy of what humans have already established, right? But they're just trying to figure out in a more efficient way. But you're also
partially, but
yeah, exactly. You also have sentient life, and that's said to come from God. And this is the interpretation of where they come from as well. And you're gonna have some beings who believe in that are the higher Cylons being like 6.
That's fair. Fair. I was taking it
as
order versus chaos.
Listen,
we got more to do.
We got a lot more to do.
Welcome to our theories, guys. Put your theories. Whoa. No, actually don't.
Yeah, put your aluminum hats on. We're about to go get crazy.
Guys, like we're doing, hit the like button, subscribe button, guys. Listen, we want to know what you guys are thinking, guys. Give us your comments below. Let us know what you think about the show itself. What's going on with the Cylons. Again, with no spoilers whatsoever. Please, no spoilers whatsoever. But boy, the writing is incredible. The writing is incredible. We are absolutely enjoying it. We're hoping you guys are enjoying it with us. Guys, this episode will be available on our Patreon for a little as $3 a month. If you are enjoying the YouTube edit, you're going to definitely enjoy the unedited version. Check it out on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Guys, we also have a store where we sell merchandise. We have hats and shoes, and not shoes, but we got hats, shirts, and all that good stuff on there. Some new designs coming along the way, guys. Again, the link is in the description below. Guys, listen, we're having fun. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are Our Knights. I'm Ray.
I'm Michael.
I'm Gerard.
And I'm Julien.
Guys, we'll see you soon.
Stay safe, everyone.
Take care.